Military tensions between Thailand and Cambodia have once again drawn international attention. Amid this situation, an interesting fact has emerged and become a topic of discussion among defense analysts: Indonesia's indirect involvement through the historical training of Cambodian special forces by Kopassus, the Indonesian Army's special forces. It is no secret that for many years, Kopassus, the elite special forces unit of the Indonesian Army, played a role in mentoring and training Cambodia's special units. This fact has fueled speculation. Have Cambodian troops trained directly by Kopassus been deployed in the conflict, or are they still operating outside the battlefield? Since 2012, the Indonesian Army has reportedly trained around 200 personnel from Cambodia's Special Forces Corps and National Counterterrorism units. This training was not short-term, but rather a full commando qualification program conducted in Indonesia for approximately 6 months. The curriculum included advanced skills such as sniper operations, counterterrorism tactics, military diving, and airborne parachuting. In addition, military cooperation between the two countries also involved the deployment of Indonesian Army officers to Cambodia to train units responsible for the Prime Minister's security. This indicates that Indonesia's training focus was directed toward developing strategically important units and high-level protection forces, rather than frontline combat troops. Therefore, when observing videos of regular Cambodian troops circulating on social media, showing personnel equipped with standard gear and displaying basic capabilities, it is highly likely that these units are not special forces that have undergone commando training. Elite units typically serve different roles and are not always deployed directly to open conflict zones. Officially, this military cooperation is based on a bilateral agreement signed in December 2007. Under this agreement, the Indonesian Army expressed its willingness to provide training to 2 Cambodian Special Forces Corps as part of efforts to enhance military capacity and professionalism. Against this backdrop, the Thailand-Cambodia conflict is not merely a regional issue, but also opens a broader discussion about the impact of cross-border military cooperation, including Indonesia's role in building special forces capabilities in Southeast Asia. Within Cambodia's military structure, there is a unit that occupies the highest tier in the combat hierarchy, the Special Forces operating directly under the Royal Cambodian Armed Forces. This unit is separate from regular troops, airborne battalions, and light infantry, and is specifically prepared for high-risk missions with far more stringent selection standards. Cambodia's interest in Indonesia's Kopassus is not without reason. In Southeast Asia, Kopassus is widely recognized as one of the most experienced special forces units, with a well-established operational record and a highly developed commando training system. These factors encourage the Royal Cambodian Army to establish long-term training cooperation with Indonesia. The Royal Cambodian Army itself is the land force component of the Royal Cambodian Armed Forces, with an estimated strength of between 70,000 and 80,000 personnel. Within this structure, the most prominent unit is Brigade 911, Cambodia's Army Special Forces unit and the backbone of the country's special operations capability. Each year, Brigade 911 consistently sends selected soldiers to attend commando training at the Indonesian Army Special Forces Training Center in Batu Jajar, West Java. This program is designed to develop combat proficiency, field leadership, and both physical and mental resilience under extreme pressure. The close relationship between the Indonesian and Cambodian militaries is also reflected in Indonesia's support for training infrastructure development. Indonesia assisted in the establishment of Brigade 911's Special Forces Training Center in Kandal District, a strategic area located near the capital, Phnom Penh. This step has strengthened the long-term professional foundation of Cambodia's special forces. Brigade 911 began attracting international attention during the Cambodia-Thailand border crisis around the Preah Vihear Temple in 2008. At the time, tensions escalated to the point where the United Nations became involved in de-escalation efforts and diplomatic negotiations. During this period, Cambodia deployed Brigade 911 to secure strategic areas surrounding the temple. Notably, throughout the crisis and its eventual resolution through diplomatic channels, there was no direct assault on Cambodian defensive positions. The presence of highly trained special forces is widely considered to have played a key role in maintaining stability and preventing the escalation into open conflict. This historical relationship helps explain the close emotional and professional ties between Cambodia and Indonesia. This was clearly evident during the visit of Indonesia's Minister of Defense, Prabowo Subianto, to Cambodia in 2022. He was officially received at the headquarters of the Royal Cambodian Armed Forces Special Forces, a gesture of honor that symbolized the long-standing relationship between the two military communities. Many officers within this unit are alumni of education and training programs conducted by Indonesia's Kopassus, having been trained directly by Prabowo Subianto and other Indonesian commando instructors in the past. During his official visit to Phnom Penh, Indonesia's Minister of Defense, Prabowo Subianto, received an honor guard welcome from the Deputy Commander of the Royal Cambodian Army, who also serves as the commander of the Cambodian Army's Special Forces. The Lieutenant General is himself an alumnus of Special Forces training conducted directly by Prabowo and instructors from Indonesia's Kopassus during earlier periods. The Cambodian Army's Special Forces maintain their main command headquarters in Takhet Mai, Angk's Nual District, Kandal Province. Overall, the unit's strength is estimated at around 5,000 personnel, organized into 7 commando groups and 14 battalions with distinct operational roles. Commando Groups 1 through 4 are airborne units, prepared for high-mobility operations. Commando Groups 5 through 9 function as the primary strike elements in combat operations. Meanwhile, Commando Groups 10 through 12 serve as support units, including logistics and combat support. Commando Group 13 is specifically assigned to strategic VIP protection missions, while Commando Group 14 is focused on counterterrorism operations. To qualify for service in this elite unit, every soldier must pass a series of rigorous selection and training stages. These include layered Red Beret commando training, phased airborne training, parachute and free-fall jump qualifications, combat diving courses, and specialized counterterrorism instruction. The entire process is designed to produce soldiers with exceptional physical endurance, mental resilience, and advanced combat capabilities. As a reflection of its historical ties with Indonesia's Kopassus, several symbols and traditions of the Indonesian Army's Special Forces have been adopted by Cambodia's Special Forces. To this day, they continue to wear the red beret associated with Kopassus and use camouflage patterns inspired by Indonesian Special Forces designs. In terms of weaponry, Cambodia's Special Forces doctrine reflects a different approach. The backbone of their assault rifle inventory remains dominated by AK platforms and their variants, including Chinese-produced models such as the Type 56 and Type 81. These weapons are known for their simplicity, cost efficiency, and high reliability, particularly in tropical jungle environments. For fire support, the unit continues to rely on PKM machine guns, RPG, 7 rocket launchers, and sniper rifles such as the Dragunov SVD and several Chinese-produced variants. This approach reflects a focus on durability and system simplicity, in contrast to the Indonesian Army's Special Forces, which emphasize more modern, modular weapons compatible with NATO standards, including the use of domestically produced Indonesian firearms. Against this backdrop, an intriguing question has emerged among military analysts. Where do these highly trained Cambodian units fit within the dynamics of regional conflict? Are they being prepared as a strategic reserve force, as operational planners, or have they deliberately not been deployed to the front lines in order to preserve long-term stability? This question also opens a broader discussion on the role of special forces in modern conflict, where their presence is not always visible, yet often plays a decisive role in shaping escalation or de-escalation outcomes.